Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we are looking at Perfectly Played, which is a lovely stamp set with some great Christmas sentiments in. You can never get enough Christmas sentiments. There's a beautiful Merry Christmas, ho ho ho, may this special season be wrapped in love and joy. This one I think is great for all the busy people in our lives that we're sending cards to, hoping that your busy year comes together in Christmas cheer. And then North Pole delivery is lovely. There's some real looking Christmas trees and pine cones. There's some lovely tartan print. There's a beautiful tree in 2 different styles and the pine cones as well. So there's lots in this set and it comes with a coordinating punch. Now, who doesn't love a punch? You can punch all of those out. You can do all sorts of things. If you saw the video I did the other day, I even made a Christmas ornament with them. So punches will go on and on and on forever. They are incredible quality and yeah, highly recommend those. With this bundle comes some lovely designer series paper. Now again, it's called Played. If you are in the UK, you will call it tartan because it's beautiful tartan prints. If we have a look through it, you've got these gorgeous, it's speciality designer series paper or pattern paper. Speciality, they always add something special to it, and this, as you can probably see, has the lovely gold strips down it, and each one of these, the tartan side has the gold on it. Flip it onto the other side and you have got some lovely other prints as well. So there's lots going on with these papers, work perfectly for all your Christmas card needs. And 6x6, very handy because you can do so much with it. So let's have a look and see what we're going to do with this. I wanted to do some very quick, very simple Christmas cards because as we get nearer to the Christmas season, we need to bulk make. I have people who want me to make Christmas cards for them. I have people who I have to send Christmas cards to. And I think that this tartan paper makes some beautiful masculine cards. So that's the plan for today. And quick, fast, simple, easy cards. So let's get started. What we need from this one is just the Merry Christmas. And I have already put it on the Stamparatus, because that makes it really easy for stamping. So when we get that part out, we'll have the Stamparatus. I'm taking a couple of standard card bases. Just take a sheet of cardstock, cut it in half, and you've got your 2 bases. So we're going to have 2 of those, and we're going to make 2 different designs. We are going to choose from this one. We're going to do a blue one, and we're going to do a red one. So the blue one, if we turn it over, you have trees on the back. Now these trees punch perfectly, and I've actually done a couple to show you, so you can punch it out with the punch and it punches absolutely perfectly. So you've got on here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 trees punch straight out without doing anything. Perfect. And I will be doing something with that later in the week, so you know, click the notification bell so that you make sure that you see what I'm going to do with it later on in the week with this one. So we're using this side today, and what I've done is I have cut, I've done some little pieces in preparation because it's easier. So all I've done with this is I've cut a little 1-inch strip. We want a 1-inch strip, and it is the width of your mat. Now, whatever country you're in, you can make it the size, but you want it the width. Then we need a piece of white cardstock, and again, this piece is going to literally just go on the bottom. So whatever, again, your size is. This one for me is 5 1/4 by 3 inches, because I've got this inch piece on here, which will give me the 3 3/4, which is what my standard is. Then we've got a card base, and that for me is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. Yeah, 5.5 by 3 3/4, and this is then going to go onto the bottom like that. So it's just going to make a very simple, very easy background. We then need to punch out our trees. So I have punched one out of this cardstock. It's this one, and I'm just going to turn it over. So we want one of those, and then out of this is Night of Navy. We're just going to punch another one out of the Night of Navy. So again, very simple. You can do quite a few of them. Just sort of punch them all out at the same time, and you're going to get all your little pieces. So that's the one that we want on there. So we've got those two on there. And then I have, as I said, I've lined up, or I've got the Stamparatus ready. Let's move these ones out of the way for a minute. So we've got those pieces. I've got the Stamparatus already lined up and ready, and I've put my Merry Christmas in there. And I find this easier because if you're going to be doing a lot of them, you can put your card in there ready to go, and all you've got to do then is to literally just stamp a whole pile of those in the colours that you want, and then you're ready to go. So this is Night of Navy, so I need to find, let me just get this out without knocking my lights and my camera. So we need our Night of Navy ink, and we're just literally going to ink this up. I use my Stamparatus a lot when I'm doing sentiments. The reason being is that I want my sentiments to be nice and sharp and dark. So I can ink them up several times to get a really nice, crisp, dark image, which I think looks really good. So that's perfect on there. So we've got that bit done, which, as I say, these are quick, fast. You can do as many as you want. You can change the colours, change the backgrounds. I'll show you one that I've done in some reds. And then let me just clean this up. Simply Chamois, absolutely perfect. It cleans up any of your little bits and pieces on there, and will clean the stamp off. You will, if you're using, the first one I did was in Cherry Cobbler. If you are using red inks, it will stain photopolymer. However, it doesn't affect the stamps at all. It just shows that they've been well used and well loved. So I'm keeping this on there because I am going to be making some more, but I'm only going to show you the two that I'm doing, so that you can see the plan of how quickly it is to put them together. So we need to, let's start with this one. We are going to take the matte first, and I've also done one exactly the same, so we'll do them both together. So I've done another one in the reds. So you've got two different sort of themed on there. So as I say, we can put them both together at the same time. So let's take the matte first. Just add some, as you know, I always use wet glue. Says me, I was using it a moment earlier and it was fine. So there we go. You can use snail, you can use whatever you want. Wet glue is my favourite, so I tend to use that. And then we can, if we turn it that way, it's easier to put it on. So we're going to just put our matte in on there like that. So that's that one. Let's do the red one as well. So we'll take that one. I love these tartan papers. I've got, as I've turned around and said to many of you, I have a 97-year-old uncle who I absolutely adore, and he lives in Aberdeen in Scotland. And so I try and go up and see him as often as I can. It is quite a long journey for me. It takes me 2 days to travel up there because it is 550 miles and it takes me about 10 hours. So I split the journey up. But he is just lovely, and he likes cards that are not too fussy, I think is what he says. So I've done this first because then we can line these pieces up. So the red one we're going to put on the red. but you can see how you can very quickly do a whole pile of them. You can then tie them up with ribbons and give them as gifts if you've got people who ask for you to make Christmas cards every year for them. You can do it however you want. And then this, as I say, this 1 inch strip is going to go. So I can do that at the same time. So the 1 inch strip is going to go just at the bottom, because then that gives us just that little bit of a border and a little bit of extra interest. So let's put that down on there. But this paper is absolutely lovely for, as I say, for more masculine cards. I think sometimes at Christmas, I'm somebody who loves, you know, give me all the bling and the sparkle and the twinklies and all of those sorts of things. But I know, says me, that's completely cockeyed. Let me just get that down. That's better. But I know that, as I say, you know, a lot of men, particularly, I would say the older generation, they like what I call traditional sort of Christmas colours, and something that's not too fussy. And I'm very fortunate. I have a lot of men in my life, relatives and things, that I send Christmas cards to. So I think that this perfectly played, or as I say, tartan for us in the UK, is just lovely. Okay, so we've then got the, what did I do with the little, am I going mad? Oh, it's turned over, that's why. So we'll put this one on the bottom of here. I love the way all of our colours coordinate in so beautifully. So you can pick up your cardstock, your designer series paper, your inks, and they all coordinate. And as I say, they're very simple and easy to do, which is great. You know, you can make beautiful, intricate cards and things, but you can also just make some absolutely beautiful classic cards as well. Okay, so we've got both of those pieces in like that, and you can see how easily they went. And then all we've got to do is to put our trees in. Now, I have done two. The red ones, I actually did just punched out another piece. In fact, this is a backing from the our cardstock, or most of our cardstock. On the back, you've got some almost like sort of thick cardboard, and I've just backed these ones because I thought that that would look quite nice. So I can put one down that way, and I can have the other one like that coming off, and then I need a little dimensional under the bottom of that. So let's do this one. And the other ones I'm going to do flat, so you can see the difference of whether you're posting or whether you're not, or where you're posting. I know that quite often, even in the UK, if you post and it is too thick, doesn't fit through the little slot, then they charge you double for it. So for the sake of just keeping them flat, I try and do some of both. So this one is going to be, we can just pop him in like that on there. We're going to take this one, and we just need a little dimensional. Says me, let's find my dimensionals. I got a little one in here, or is that a big one? There we go. So if that's going there, I want just a little one in on that side to just hold that corner up. So that one on there, pop a little one in the corner. Then the other part can be glued. Like that. And then that's going to go just overlapping. Like that. glue down for a minute. Okay, so that's the first one to that stage. Let's take the next one, and this one I have put, in fact I can put it back like that now, can't I? Even though it's going to fold up. I'm going to take my bone folder and just sort it out in a minute. This one we're just going to put it down flat. So that one there, and then that one's just going to go over the top of it. And again, it's down to you in the postage of whether you keep it flat or you don't. So let's put some wet glue in on here. Pop that one down there. I just love how all of these colours just go together beautifully. And it looks such a pretty classic Christmas card. So let's glue that bit on there. And then we'll just put that one down there. So that is going to be nice and flat. So it's not going to, it'll go quite nicely into the post. So let's just take those back. I'm just going to give that a bit of a crease. I've used heavy because the heavy is quite good for the card bases. Okay, so we've then got those two, and you can see how simple they are on there. Now again, I have taken some, these are our metallic pearls, which are absolutely lovely. So to just add a little bit on here, we can put, just take these on here. Let me take my take your pick tool, because that's the easiest thing to, whoops, to pick them up with. My favourite tool that they've ever brought out is this, I think, because I use it so much. So let's put it on the ones that's going to be this one, which has got the height. Now, do I put it, I think I'm just going to put it, do I put it behind? Yes, I'm just going to put it, does it go right behind? No, it needs to go on top actually. Let's just take him out. So it's going to go on the top of the Christmas tree like that. So we'll just have one on there and one on the other one. Like that. So you've just got some little twinklies, and in fact you could put a few more down if you wanted to just sparkle it up. Yes, why not? Let's just make this one. So we've got one. We'll have I always play around with where I'm going to put them. I think I'm going to have one there. And maybe one just out on there. And then we need to just take another one. This is where you play around and you just get them where you want them. One on there. Like that. Okay, so I always try and do things in odds, but you can see you've got that one and you've got this one. Very simple, very easy. You could put some ribbon around the bottom if you wanted to, but if you're just making a whole batch of them, I think that they look very pretty, very classic, and very quick and easy to achieve. So simple Christmas cards, make a whole pile of them, put them together, wrap them in ribbon, put them in a little box, do what you want, and you've got some very quick, very simple Christmas cards to make. So thank you so much for watching. We do look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.